welcome to another episode of The Scoop.
Woo! Yes.
Tonight, we are joined by Green Gasoline. So how y'all doing, fellas?
Great.
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Great.
Pretty good.
So for starters, where did the Green Gasoline name come from?
I guess I'll go. Basically, we went through a few different names. We went through like Over the Limit and like all these different names, and I was just sitting in my room and I was like, Green Gasoline. Let me message Logan. Let me message. Like that's a cool name, Green Gasoline. And it just kind of stuck. It's just something that I just came up on the top of my head.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we really didn't have a strict thing is written about. Really, we're just sitting around trying to figure out band names like all bands do. We had some good ones. And then Dylan, like he said, he texted me, hey, Green Gasoline. Just kind of ran with it.
Right.
Shortly after that, he drew up a logo, which we have on these sweet stickers. Sweet stickers. You can't see it, but it's sweet. It's super sweet. Anyway, and we threw that logo on everything. We've taken all the money we've played from all the shows this far, made merch and stuff like that, featuring the logo. So that's where we're at with that. It's just kind of and there might be a cannabis reference in there too. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I have seen a reference to it on Urban Dictionary where they said that it was used, the terminology that they used it as was kind of like, hey, I'm getting tired. I need a coffee to re-up.
Right.
It's referred to as weed on a road trip to keep the party going on the road trip.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
That's cool.
We also recently found out that one of our huge influences as a band, Dimebag Darrell, was in a party band called Gasoline. That was after the fact we named it, which we thought was cool.
Yeah.
And he played with Rex and Vinny shortly before his death on that.
Yeah, and also like we're trying to find band names that weren't taken already.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And it was very hard, like Over the Limit and like all that was taken. So I was just like Green Gasoline. I Googled it and like Facebooked it and looked it up. It's the name of a gas station somewhere. It's like bumfuck.
Gasoline is green.
And it
Come
wasn't
by.
taken, so I'm just like, let's try this out, and it just kind of stuck.
Well, it is a catchy name. It's a very catchy name. I know that coming up, y'all have a show, which is going to be a CD release party
Yes.
That is correct.
out at Bank Street.
Yes.
EP release show, September 17th, Bank Street Bar. That's at 4401 Bank Street in Mid-City. It's a free show. So, bring your Meemaw, your Pawpaw, your Pap, your Parrain.
Your
Right.
mama,
It's a free
your
show.
papa.
Nobody has to pay, come and have a good time. We're going to have all the merch, CDs, shirts, stickers. We even have picks made for you musician friends out there. And we're also going to be featuring 35 PSI. Some good buds that we practice at a warehouse. They're good to us.
Chopped Up Tulips.
Yeah, Chopped Up Tulips and the Angry 88.
Yeah, I've seen the Angry 88 a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very electric band.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're fitting for what we were trying to go for. We didn't want to just have just a purely one generic kind of genre going on. That's just a lot of local music now. It's like, well, you play this kind of music and I play that kind of music, but none of us can get shows, so let's make some shows together. Because, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. But it'll be a great time. Come on out. Just check us out.
So, the CD that y'all have coming out, how many tracks is it?
Well, it's technically
Trace.
an EP, so we're going to call
Okay.
it EP. It's on a CD physical disc, though. But it's 3 songs. We recorded with Chris Billiot of Warehome Records. It's
35 PSI.
Yeah, he's from 35 PSI, so he'll actually be there with that band. And he was just really a pleasure to work with as far as recording goes and all that. And if any local bands are looking to get some recording done on the cheap,
Hit him up.
hit him up. He does great work with his small studio he has there, but it produced a big sound, so we're really pleased with it.
Is it like a home studio, or does he have a
Technically,
like
it's
a
home
rental? You
studio.
know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a rental place and a big room where he can, record efficiently and get good tracks out of it.
Earlier, you were pointing out that y'all did the vocals actually with a similar mic that we're using here.
Yes, the one you're actually using, Pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you sound so good. No, I'm
What
just
is
kidding.
the SM7B, right?
SM7B, the
So what-
Shure SM7B.
Yeah.
Michael
Yep.
Jackson used it.
Correct. Michael
Yes.
Jackson used it on Thriller album. It's a legendary vocal microphone,
Yes.
and
It worked perfectly
worked
with
perfect.
his voice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how did y'all come to be? I know initially I've known you for a while. You were in Bougie and you were in Redemption Kings with the Goats.
That's right, those boys, the good boys. And even I was actually the band we were playing to open the show, Pairs. Eric Goodyear was actually in Redemption Kings before he jumped ship to Pairs, but we were all like really rooting for him when he got that call to join Pairs because they've been around a long time as far as like the members of the group, the Lollies, Little Bags. They've done all these other projects, and
Yeah, seeing the Facebook updates from the Pairs band update, those guys are still completely all over the place.
they're everywhere. Europe, I mean, they want to do Japan.
Yeah, they've been through Europe and Japan, and you would think that they would take a little bit of time off just to relax. It seems like they're home for 2 days, and they're like, okay, we played a show in New Orleans, and we're heading, come see us in Houston. Come see us in Beaumont. Come see us in wherever.
Yeah,
That's how you got to do it, though.
yeah, but
Right.
they're on
Keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
All
No
over the
Effects record
place.
label.
Yeah, they're
so I'm
on
sure
Fat Wreck.
They keep them on real busy, I'm sure, and gigging, touring constantly. But they've got a huge fan base, and yeah, when I was with Bougie, we used to play with them. They were in a band called Dead Legends before they were Pairs, and they would always give us compliments getting off the stage, like, "Man, y'all are too damn good. Y'all need to get out of this city." And now I'm like, "Oh yeah, well now you are out of the city, but but the right way because you're on tour." So it was you know, I've always kind of looked up to those guys in that aspect. But yeah, as far as the band goes, like I
mean-
said, I was these you want to tell you your story?
I
as
guess
far
we'll
as you guys?
start. So, me and John, we've been playing together for a long time. I went to high school with him. We went to Jesuit, and basically he was like the only friend I really had, like my only true friend I had over there. And I was just like, he's got a drum set, you know? I'm like, why don't we try to like, you know, I play guitar for a while. I'm like, you got a drum set, let's try to hook something up. And we just started practicing and playing, and we were in this band called Royalty for a little bit.
Yes, I remember Royalty.
Royalty,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And you know, that went through multiple band members, and we were just always on the search to find like band members that really clicked. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know, time went on, and Royalty didn't work out, and so me and John were just kind of like, so what do we do now? You know? And I remember I put a Facebook status, and I was just like, I just want to start like a little blues project. That's how it started out. I remember I got a text message from Logan, and he's just like, I kind of like that idea. And I'm just like, all right, like let's set up a little practice, and me, John, and Logan practice, and it was set off, and basically, you know, Daniil was in Royalty as well, but he moved out for a while. He lived in Kentucky for a little bit,
Gone for
Actually,
a
all-
year and a half.
year and a half.
Year and a
Yeah.
half.
So he was gone for a while, and I remember while Green Gasoline was happening, I'm just like, Daniil, dude, I'm like, you got to get back, man. Like we need you.
Yeah,
So-
the last thing I had.
Hold on,
was-
bring in the mic a little bit closer to you,
Oh,
Daniel.
okay. Hello. Good?
There.
Okay. Last thing I heard was Royalty. Like before I left, it was nothing but, you know, it wasn't even the same band. It was completely different. And by the time it was about half of that time span of me being in Kentucky that he sent me, you know, the 3 songs that are going to be on the EP or whatever. And when I heard that, I was just like, wow, this is not Royalty. Like this is something completely different. It's you know, a different style, different feel, but it's really nice. You know, I can roll with it. It's a change for the better, you know? So
Yeah.
I definitely appreciated being accepted so easily, you know?
So now he's back. We got the rhythm guitar player, and things have been going really good. You know, met up with Logan, started jamming, and now we're Green Gasoline. We're just we just got a ball rolling. We just keep going, you know.
Yeah, and it seems like y'all formed relatively quick and got on the roll real quick. So
Yeah,
it seems like the meshing was really good, really quick.
Right.
Because I mean, I'd heard word about y'all maybe around February or March.
That's correct.
and that's around when we started too.
Yeah.
I really just started as well.
Yeah, it's been about 6 months, 6 or 7 months.
Had our first show at Babylon. Shout out Babylon.
Yeah, Robbie.
My dog. Yeah, as far as me coming into this equation, I'm kind of the gypsy of the group, if you will. I was I was forced to move all over Louisiana as a kid, and then did music all through middle school and high school, but not in anything like a live band setting. So I was very on the educational side of music. So when I got to college, 2 colleges actually, it took me to be like, okay, I don't want to be a band director and then become a total douchebag for the rest of my life. I mean, no offense to band directors. I have some band directors out there that I absolutely love, and they do their job like nobody else, and they teach people invaluable information, but most of you guys are douchebags. Anyway.
True.
But the real ones know who they are. Right. Anyway, so after that, I moved here to New Orleans, formed up with some guys I knew from elementary school way back in the day from Sulphur. And then I joined a group called Bougie and the High Rise, which we played a lot of shows and did some tours and stuff as a reggae rock group. And that definitely gave me a lot of experience in the industry of like performing, not like sitting behind a music stand and playing something somebody played 200 years ago. Right. Something else entirely to me. So that took its toll over time. We just had different general ideas of where we wanted to go with music, so we decided to split up mutually. And then I saw John and Dylan one night at a royalty show at Babylon, I think it was.
No, Twist the Line.
It was Twist the Line, excuse me.
I remember that. I had my strings sticking out, and you came up and you gave me the string cutter.
Yes,
and
he had
like,
his strings.
Here you go.
Yeah. He just changed his strings and didn't cut his strings, and it was bugging the hell out of me. So I went and got. I didn't even know the guy. I was like, "Hey, cut your goddamn strings right now. Cut your strings on your guitar. I don't even know who you are, but you need to cut them because they're shang-lang everywhere." Anyway, so after that, I saw them play, and between Dylan and John, and it was a good project overall. I don't remember seeing Daniil off the cuff. He wasn't there. Okay,
gone.
so I wasn't wrong in that memory. But I saw those 2 guys, and I said, I was just kind of convinced to get these guys to start a new project, and I felt like we could mesh very well and easily. Like you said, we kind of just started right off the bat, just what do you want to play? I don't know, 1, 2, ready, and we just started kind of playing, and it
just worked.
And then Dylan was like, "Hey, we got to get Daniil on this project." He suggested him, and he's been an asset to the band ever since. So,
do y'all find any of your past bands' influences coming in the influence of the writing of Green Gasoline?
I wouldn't say directly. I think naturally, just because it's a part of who we are, it's definitely going to come out. As far as I know Royalty did a lot of hard, heavy hitting stuff. We have some of that in our music. Bougie did a lot of poppy, melodic type stuff. We have some of that in our music. But overall, the sound of the band is definitely more reminiscent of an earlier time where people were just a little more organic with their instruments. And
the couple of songs I was able to find, I found a lot of, I saw even also references on, I think, your Facebook, where you'd mentioned Led Zeppelin as an influence, and Bungle, I believe, was on the list.
Oh, yeah. That's probably all me over here.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
And listening to it, it had a very classic rock, raw garage sound. You know what I mean?
And that's like what I've always been on the search to play. I've always been a big fan of Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, just those old school, real rock and roll bands where you go and you're like, I'm watching rock and roll. Like this is like real. And with Royalty, I tried as much as I could to put that out. And we had different influences, so it kind of became really heavy. But like with this, like I feel like I'm really like doing what I meant to do.
After this CD release, where do y'all see yourselves going from there? Are y'all planning
Album,
on
huh?
going on a tour?
As far as let's call them short-term goals. First thing to do as soon as we release this is we're going to start tracking a full album, probably sometime during December, maybe early January, and have that released by February, March. And during the release of that time, we'll definitely have a small tour, maybe 1 week to 2 week tour, maybe throughout Southwest Louisiana. Might go towards Texas, possibly towards Mississippi, but either direction. Nothing too far. We don't want to go beyond our means, so to speak. You know,
Yeah.
We want to stay safe as far as financial and you know what's going to benefit us the most.
Right.
Other than that, you know, have a good time doing it for goddamn sure. But
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love this band. Like I was telling them this earlier. I was just like, Daniil, he recorded like a practice we did, and we were listening to it. I'm just like, I love this band. You know, I couldn't say that anymore. So I'm really happy where we're at right now.
So y'all had mentioned the recording that y'all recorded it earlier. Was the recording process a easy process?
extremely easy.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, naturally we track drums first and then overdub everything else, like most, I guess, studios do. I'm assuming, unless they have tricks up their sleeve or whatever.
Right.
But that was a very easy process. The overdub process was easy. We rented the Shure mic to do the vocals. Really didn't want to have too much strict influence on the outcome at all. We wanted to just lay down what we have, what we wanted to sound like, and we didn't want to stress too much on the actual produced material. Like, this is what it sounds like when you come to our show. This is what it's going to sound like on the CD, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We didn't want to overproduce it. And I mean, we do have harmonies in there where you won't hear live, but we plan to put those in a live setting in the future.
Definitely.
Awesome. Where can people follow y'all?
Facebook. I guess that's the first one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zuckerberg. Facebook. We just set up a Bandcamp page where you can pre-order our digital EP if you are so inclined to do so. It's only $3. We're just going to charge $1 per song, just like industry standard permits. We don't think that's too much to ask. We know it's 3 songs, but we're, if we get the support early on, then we'd be happy to put way more songs on an album and charge it less in the future.
Well, and you mentioned earlier that every time that y'all play shows and put out merchandise, things like that, y'all are trying to keep it flowing in the band to help the band progress, whether it be recording more albums, putting out more merchandise, putting out a tour, as y'all stated.
Yeah, we haven't put not one penny of any of our pockets money into this. It's all been from playing shows and getting paid from that. Obviously, our gear, that's a personal responsibility we all take care of because we like our gear. But yeah, every penny goes right back into the account. The account pays for future endeavors of merch, touring ideas. If we need to hire somebody to do a job, as far as anything from, I don't know,
Sound guy
to lights to
Right.
we're just gonna try to think of everything that could possibly need to be accounted for, and then but the only way we're gonna do that is if we don't spend money on dumb shit.
Right. You always take care of home.
So
Y'all mentioned the merch. I saw earlier pictures of shirts that y'all are going to have available at the show and guitar picks as well.
yes, custom guitar picks with the logo on them.
And then I saw the sticker that y'all had up here a little while ago.
Sticker.
Yeah, that's all going to be at the EP release show. We're going to have all that. We actually got like a bundle.
Yeah, we're gonna do a bundle deal where you can get one of each for a little discount. Where you get the shirt,
total.
CD, the pick, and everything we have to offer.
So y'all are doing a full press of the CD?
Yes, we're gonna have a physical copy of the CD at the show. Yeah.
Do y'all have any particular brand of instrument that you find yourselves being more loyal to than others? I see that you have a Fender shirt on.
I do have a Fender shirt on.
He's represented, you know.
I own one Fender bass now that I recently acquired. It's a 1992 Fender Prophecy 3. I'm totally gonna plug it. Whatever. It's a Fender Prophecy 3. They only made them for 1 year. It was produced by Hartfield Guitars and Fender. Probably gonna start playing that live for shows. But my main bass I use right now is a old PV bass made in the USA. It's a workhorse and it sounds great. And my rig is also PV right now. And I'm recently about to acquire an acoustic 360 361 from '69. If anybody knows what that is, it's gonna be sweet. Jaco Pastorius made him famous. John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. A lot of the greats back in the day had him. So I was like, I need that sound.
This guy is like the biggest gear nut I've
I'm
ever
a gear
met.
nut. Come to me with your gear nuts, but not those nuts. Anyway, Dylan.
Yeah. Gibson Les Paul Marshall. I mean, peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can keep that gear for the rest of my life. I hope it doesn't ever crap out. I got to treat it well. But yeah, I got a Marshall vintage modern amplifier, half stack, and a Gibson Les Paul gold top. And I couldn't be more happy with the rig I got. What about you?
So yeah, I'm playing on a D-drum kit right now, and Sabian cymbals. Usually I go with Sabian. I might bring in a Zildjian new K hi-hats, but right now the D-drums and the Sabians are working for me really well, so probably just run with that.
All right, well, it seems like everybody has an explanation for their shit. Like,
This is why I have this stuff.
yeah, like everybody, you know, everything I play on stage isn't exactly what I normally play. I would practice on, you know, beginner guitars, like something closer to a Squier or, you know, Fender. So I mean, I'm not exactly on the higher level, you know, the Gibsons and all that. Like I don't play those naturally, but I mean,
You got
But what
that
do you play?
prophecy, though. You got that prophecy.
What are you playing on right now?
well, you know that, don't you?
Yeah,
'Cause
but it's,
Baby
you're
blue.
playing on it. What are you playing on?
you haven't told me what I'm playing. Like he just handed me this
I
Super
didn't.
Saiyan 2 guitar, and I'm just like, wow, this is fucking amazing.
It's
you know,
not
of
even
course
its
I'm gonna
final
play on
form.
this. Right.
And the most important thing is he can play the damn thing. He
Right,
can play it
right.
really good.
Yeah, it's an Epiphone. I think it's a 2006 model. It's called a Prophecy Les Paul guitar. Pretty nice active EMGs, and then he plays right now. His rig is a Randall RH200 for them Randall fanatics out
Dude,
there.
Randall, man.
Randall.
Should I
It's
tell
solid
the
state
story
head.
on that, or
Huh?
should I tell the story on that Randall? Or?
Sure, why not?
All right. So I work at Guitar Center, right?
Yes.
So there's a layaway section, and so there's this amplifier head sitting back there. It was a Randall head, and I'm just like, what's the deal with this thing? It's been there since I started working there. I've been working there for like a year and a half, and I'm just like, what's the deal with this thing? So I bring it to my manager, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, it was put on like a repair thing. Apparently it was broken. I'm like, okay, interesting. So I plugged it in. Fucking it started rocking, dude. That thing could play. So I brought it home. It works. It kicks ass. So we got a Randall head and a cabinet, and the entire thing was like $80. So
Good
it's a
deal.
badass rig.
We got some loud equipment, so
Very loud. He's about to
you
get
know.
louder too.
It's going to be a little louder. But anyway, we try to have, you know, not the best gear, but you definitely want to keep that aspect easier for you. You know, it's harder to play on a cheaper instrument for whatever reason.
Right.
And,
As I said, take care of home. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely. Always.
So, was there a reason in particular that y'all would pick Bank Street? Not saying that's a bad bar. Just some people will be like,
I mean, I
we
love
really
it.
like the vibe there.
Yeah,
You
love
know
the
what I
vibe. And it's free to get in.
Yeah,
you
that's a
know?
big
It's always
point.
free.
You
so
walk
in,
that's a
walk in,
reputation they've always had.
Yeah, you just walk in, see a show. You know, it's free to get in.
Well, originally,
Originally.
we were going to have it at Twist of Lime, and we had set that up with a local booking person that I'm not going to name, and that kind of just become less appealing over time. Then we had a show at Bank Street one night randomly with that was with who? We're terrible at
Yeah,
remembering.
we had bad memory.
Anyway, it was a good show, and the bartender said,
Oh.
"Hey."
It was with the Guitar Center bands. Is that
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
The
that's
Prince
right.
tribute
That's
show.
right. That's right. Zach
Yeah.
Hopp's band. Anyway, so she was like, "You're having an EP release show?" We're like, "Yeah, it's at Twist of Lime. We should have it here." And we said, "Well, that's not a terrible idea." So then we kind of worked through the kinks and decided to have it there, just on the basis of financially, it's not going to hurt people to come. The environment's really good.
It's
and
for the better.
Yeah.
It was just I think it was a smarter choice originally.
Okay. I know that y'all have a YouTube channel out there. Right now, I think there's only 1 or 2 videos on it.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all planning on doing more with the
Yeah.
video aspect?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, lots of
Recording.
GoPro videos coming, and once we can get a cameraman in there, we'll get some live videos.
Yeah,
up on
we'll have
YouTube.
music videos, all that stuff out.
All right.
Yeah, we got a song on there right now, Electric Bandana. It's probably going to be on the album. We had a friend at the warehouse, and I had the GoPro with me. I'm just like, hey, just start filming. And that turned into the music, the jam video, whatever you want to call it.
Right,
That's
right.
on YouTube right now. You can check it out. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that song.
I know that y'all brought a song today. Do y'all want to hear it right quick?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah, unreleased. So
First
you
time
might
you're
be
going to hear
hearing
it, it's
this.
right now.
Yep, until the 17th.
Yep.
So y'all want to tell us a little bit about the song before we play it, or?
Don't quite remember how we came about writing this one.
Just
It
kinda
just kind of happened.
Like all of our
And,
songs.
Yeah.
It felt really good recording it, and then it came out even better than we expected it to. So we're really, really proud of this one. It's definitely a rock and roll song.
Let's
It
hear
definitely
it.
had some influence on James Dio on this one as well. So here it is,
Rest
The
in
Mountain
peace, brother.
by Green Gasoline. But first we will download it.
There we go.
So you wanna cross the river, but you cannot swim.
All
There
right.
we go.
Woo!
So yeah, I can definitely hear the Dio up in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What other kind of artists would you say do inspire in that you can hear inspiration in your music?
List
Well,
goes on for me.
yeah, for between Dylan and I think John as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Slash
And-
is really a
yeah.
big influence on Dylan's style, but it's not like Slash's.
It's because like I mean yeah, Slash is a big influence, but like Slash was influenced by people, and I'm influenced by those people. You know, and I'm influenced
Yeah.
by those people. It's like I don't know, like Aerosmith. You know, Joe Perry. He's a big influence. Jimi Hendrix. Like
You
it's
know,
like,
I'm really surprised
I'm wearing the
AC/DC
shirt.
is in one of them. Really
I-
surprised.
okay,
by
Angus
that.
AC/DC
Young is
too.
definitely in there.
Yeah.
I was
Angus
gonna
Young
say,
for
'cause
sure.
they definitely, especially with the lyrics,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
They
And you,
definitely
dude,
have.
Like, look, let this dude talk. I mean, like your influences, though. I mean, really, like
Ugh.
that's what we were missing. You know, we were a three-piece for a while, and when he joined the band, it really solidified and turned into like it felt really rock and roll at that point.
Right, brought
Um,
it to a full circle.
Yeah, man. I mean, tell about your influences.
Ugh. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't have too many influences. Like I don't go too far as
But
far
as
as
like a
straying
style, though, you know, like
Right. As far as
R&B.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's
Soul.
R&B, hip hop in there. You know, I definitely come from a rap group and stuff like that. So it's been like the repetitive beat stuff like that. But once I moved on, you know, it started with Linkin Park, and then I moved on from him to Metallica, and that just branched me off to Incubus and Jimi Hendrix and AC/DC, all of that type of stuff. And from there I just took it how I took it, and I took it from different bands and was like, okay, I like this and I like that, but what about this? And I tried to put my own flavor into it, but
I think that's why you're a great rhythm guitar player, man, because
Right,
you
coming
come from a
here-
big rhythmic background.
exactly coming to Royalty too. I mean, not Royalty, Green Gasoline. See, you see what I mean though, right? I've been gone for so long.
He's been gone
it's
for a
just
year
like-
and a half, and he just got back.
Right. So I'm still getting used to the Green Gasoline thing, but it's a change that I like. It's not like it's a bad thing. So whenever I'm with them, it's like I can push that extra side of me. Like I can push that the side that wants to go off
Branch
and,
off.
right, but at the same time still come back without having to worry about too much. So it's definitely a change for the better. Green Gasoline is where it's at this point in time. Definitely.
Is that why you wore a green shirt?
Well, definitely. I mean, you got to get the green going. I don't know how else to say that.
Oh, influences? All right. Obviously, Led Zeppelin, John Bonham's a huge influence on mine. And then Bill Ward, Black Sabbath, very underrated drummer. Paranoid, their first album, were very innovative sounding, just in the heavy metal genre at that. Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix, the list goes on. There's so many drummers. Chad Smith of Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mostly I play more on the groove sense over technicality, just because I like to, lay it down, find the groove, and just keep
Yeah.
hitting it.
About that pocket, baby.
I'm saying.
So right before we played the song, y'all had mentioned that a lot of your songs kind of just come together. So do you find a lot more of the songwriting process being more of a jam that
Man.
forms into a song?
It's
Or
so easy, dude. It's like I come up with a riff. He puts a bass line on it. He starts playing the drums. He comes in with it. It's just like it comes so easy. I mean,
Right.
we really work on our stuff. I mean, we come up with the song, and then we'll stop, and then like Logan will be like, hey, let's try like this. Let's keep the groove going like that.
Right.
We work on it.
Clean it
But
up
it
a little
really
bit.
comes out really easy. So it's like the song presents itself, and then we just kind of refine it and like solidify it.
how many songs do y'all have all together?
Currently, I'd say somewhere between the 10 and 12 range, as far as we can play live and they're complete and you know, we're not nervous to play him or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we just want to make sure we put out our best at all
Right.
times.
At every show, absolutely. But between me and Dylan, we do write most of the material. But overall, it takes the effort of the whole group to like mold it into what we're really going for. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we rely on every, you know. I mean,
right.
We
have to,
write this stuff, but like we couldn't do it without Daniil or John. It's just
Right, it would just
Right.
sound like Primus -1. I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
So what do y'all do outside of the band? Do y'all do anything?
Well, me and Dylan work at Guitar Center. I work in the lessons department. I'm the lessons lead, so I do some lessons there. And
I'm a
Dylan
sales
is
guy.
a salesman. So if you have
if you need some stuff, hit me up.
needs of music gear, come see my boy Dylan.
Might
here.
give you a discount. You never know.
Yeah, well, don't write checks you ass can't cash it, Dylan. But yeah, come see us at Guitar Center. We'll treat you good, real good.
Y'all have any hobbies outside of music?
Gaming. I think we're all big gamers here. We all like
Oh, yeah.
our selection of gaming, consoles, PC games, stuff like that. Dylan's also an artist.
Am I?
I think so. He draws a lot. He drew
That's
our
what I
logo.
started on.
Yeah, so it's one of his secret passions, I guess. Mine is electronics and like guitar and stuff like that.
News for this guy.
Yeah, seriously, because that's a left turn in life right there. Go ahead, though.
Whoa. But yeah. What do you do, John? What do you like to do, John? Your spare time. I don't even know what John does. I see John play drums, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to gaming, I'm a big fighting game fan, just because I love how that's a one-on-one.
This dude kicks my ass.
You gotta outthink your opponent.
Like
You
Mortal
gotta-
Kombat and Street Fighter
Fighter.
type?
Street Fighter, there you
Yeah,
go.
Marvel vs. Capcom, all of them. I just love the fact that, you know, it's one-on-one. If you lost, it's not anyone else's fault. It's not your teammate's fault. It's because, you know, that person outthought you. He outplayed you.
Right.
So you got to get better in order to beat him.
Or he mashed the buttons
a
really, really
life
hard.
Really strategically, that's what that is right there.
In certain
strategically,
games, you can mash, but
Right.
it doesn't
Yeah.
always win.
I'm a masher.
What was a bad masher back in the day?
I'm a masher.
Killer
all
Instinct was
day.
one of the worst mashing games. My brother would pwn me at every single time.
Mortal Kombat. I used to
Yeah,
win
I
a
was just gonna
lot.
say that. Like in Nintendo 64 days, like you
Oh
could
my
you
God.
could spam the shit out of everything. Like you could
Well,
definitely
Super Smash was pretty much a...
That's my game.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a go-to.
That's my game.
Kirby.
Huh.
Kirby.
Jigglypuff.
No,
Samus.
she's the bootleg. version.
Samus.
Captain
yeah.
Falcon. I'm gonna go with Captain Falcon. Falcon Punch to you, Dylan.
There you go.
So, favorite game series of all time for each of you?
Go, John. Let's start with John.
Wow, put
I
me
wanna
on
go
the
last.
spot. That's tough. That's really tough.
Favorite series?
I'd say as far as how many hours I've put into it, it'd have to be either between Counter-Strike on the PC or Street Fighter. Wow. And that's probably the two main.
I was gonna say 2 as well. I was gonna say Legend of Zelda and Super Smash.
Not bad, not bad. Well, I mean,
Ocarina of Time, of course.
Series.
Legend of Zelda.
see, I have to sort of segregate it. Like as far as shooters, I go with Resident Evil and Call of Duty. But as far as fighter, I can't even pick because I do Street Fighter, I do Tekken, like I do Persona, I do Mortal Kombat, like I do it all. But as far as where I come from, I would have to say it's either Street Fighter and Tekken. Definitely.
My first pick is going to be pre-World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, Dota All-Stars. Thank you, Ice Frog, for that spectacular game, by the way, which millions are playing right now. But that's my first pick. And my second favorite series game of all time is going to have to be Mario. Yes.
My favorite of all time, Civilization. Sid Meier's Civilization.
Damn.
Civilization.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a
It
new
take
one
a
for me.
shit ton of time. But-
Strategy.
Yeah, so much strategy and different
Oh.
ways to win.
So it's turn-based. It's close to like Final Fantasy type gameplay.
It's like Risk.
It's like
Oh,
RTS. Like you got to build an army, and then
Yeah, you have to build well, you start off literally with a settler and a warrior, and you have to build a city, and that city can build units and buildings in it, and the different buildings give you different advantage things that help, whether it be your speed in building armies or population growth,
right.
okay.
or might make it to where a specific army type or unit type gets special bonuses to where it might get more moves per turn, or
Was that similar to Age of Empires?
very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
There it
familiar
is.
with it.
What about the Smurfs game? Anybody remember that?
Smurfs game can go Smurf itself.
But nah, I mean, as far as other hobbies and stuff like that, I don't just music and game. Other than that, I definitely write books. I try to do a little bit of martial arts here and there.
Yeah, you spar, right?
Right. I try to keep myself together, and martial arts is the only way I really can. Because nobody wants to sit down and do push-ups and sit-ups all day. Trying to keep yourself fit. Why not have fun while you're doing it? So that's what martial arts is for me. And of course, I read stuff like that. The electrical, I might be getting into that pretty soon, but I haven't really looked at it like that. So that's definitely on the list though.
When you say you do martial arts and you spar, like at actual tournaments and stuff, or just
Oh no, not at all. I'm not looking to do tournaments or anything like that. It's just it's self insurance, just to make sure
Yeah.
wherever I go, I have
just
my-
training?
Right, myself as a bodyguard.
And you'd said something about books. You write books?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I haven't written in a while, a little writer's block, but I definitely have at least 2 books out right now, but it's not like out there, it's just a personal book, so to speak. It's nothing that's popularized or anything like that. It's just, if I hand it to you, you hear it, or if I hand it to you, you read it, and take what you will of it.
Okay. And your art, you'd mentioned that you do a lot of artwork.
Yeah, that was my first love. Before I found music, I was an artist. I mean, ever since I can hold a pencil, I was always drawing. I have like the worst handwriting, but I can draw. If you tell me to draw something, so I took art lessons from this dude named Michael Wilmon. He was like a New Orleans artist. He wasn't so big, he was a struggling artist, but I learned the most from him, and he taught me like everything I know about art, really. And I went to NOCA for 2 years, and like when I went to Jesuit, I credit going to high school. I found this guy, but NOCA really taught me who I was. It taught me like I can be comfortable being weird. You know what I mean? Because you go throughout life and everyone's just like, you got to be like this. But I went to NOCA and I'm just like, I see all these weird kids with purple hair and all this crap, and I'm just like, damn, like I'm not the only one. So
Weirdo.
yeah. So I like being weird, and I like making art.
I think people who aren't weird are weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the weird ones.
I agree with that. They're
I
holding
think the people
something
that they spend their whole life trying not to be weird. That's weird in itself for me.
Yeah.
So what is the LP called?
It's
in. Time to pay the piper.
It's actually not. It's it's technically self-titled. That's really the only thing that's on it. So it's gonna be a self-titled EP, and I guess for the album, we'll probably either self-title that as well or give that an album name to catalog it.
Okay.
Yeah, time to pay the piper. We just kind of started it off.
We started as doing as calling it a time to pay the piper, and we had a little logo for the front, but we just decided to go with his hand-drawn logo and just kind of get that distributed.
I got to give credit to my dad, because my dad was just like, hey, green gasoline, what if you made it like, the gasoline shooting out and
Green gas.
made the logo, I was like, that's a good idea. So I drew it up, and that was it.
Yeah, if you look close, it's a gas pump, and it's oozing out
Right, the
flames
G is
and
the
green
gas,
gasoline. So it's kind of cool, I guess.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it closer again.
Yeah. Well, here you go.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Oh,
Right.
The shirts are
Yeah, it's
very
the same
similar.
logo. Yeah.
It's the same logo, but we had one of my friends. His name's Russell Thompson. He runs a T-shirt company called Wizards out of Harvey. So
yeah.
if you need T-shirts, hit him up.
Very
Wizards.net.
familiar with
Wiz-
Russell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great guy. Pleasure to work with. Definitely gave us a great deal on the shirts. And he even touched up the logo a little bit better, so it kind of looks
Right.
slightly different on the shirt. But
It looks great.
great outcome. Yeah. It was,
Yeah,
we
he
were
did a really good
impressed.
job.
Well, I want to thank y'all for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you for
definitely.
having us.
I want to reiterate to everybody, check them out September 17th.
September 17th.
17th, Bank Street Bar.
Bank Street Bar.
All you see is a green claw, but this says Bank Street Bar. Green Gasoline EP release, 35 PSI, the Angry 88, and Chopped Up Tulips will be there. Come out and support your
Yes.
local New Orleans music.
It's free.
And it's free.
It's free. You can buy their CD and their merch there. And you can also check them out on Facebook at Green Gasoline
Yes.
Band.
I think it's Green Gasoline Band.
Green
Yeah, it's
Gasoline
Green
Band on
Gasoline
Facebook.
Band. On Bandcamp, that's where the album's going to be.
Yes, and
Green Gasoline
you
Band.
can also pre-order that now if you want. And on the 17th, it'll be released digitally, and you'll be able to download it. Or you can show up to the show and get a physical copy. Either way. We really set that up for people out of town that aren't going to be able to make it, and they're interested in our release.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely want to get the album. I'll probably get it both ways.
Thanks.
So, you can also check out their YouTube, Green Gasoline.
Band.
Yeah, Green Gasoline Band
Yeah.
on YouTube as well. Be sure to check out The Scoop. You can subscribe on iTunes, The Scoop. Head on over to picklescoop.com where you can like or you can subscribe to it on iTunes there. Be sure to like us on Facebook at PScoopPod or The Scoop Show, on Twitter at PScoop Podcast, on Instagram at Pickle Scoop, and you can also go over to our YouTube where you will see what may happen after this question. Are y'all ready for the game?
Yes.
Woo! Game time.
So if you head over to YouTube, Mr. Pickle Scoop is the channel. You'll be able to see the After Scoop Challenge, where we'll spin the wheel and see what we will be playing. So
Awesome.
again, thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Pickle.
having us,
Thank you.
man.
So till the next show, Scoop out.
Oh!